and welcome to a brand new Minecraft Survival series. Today, I do believe, I'm sure it's episode 191. We're super close to 200 episodes. It's so great. I mean, it's wonderful. It's spectacular. But anyways, so that's a nice introduction, isn't it? But either way, we're gonna continue building this wonderful masterpiece that's right behind me. This little monster arena, which will be used to defeat any monsters that decide to spawn in there, because there's gonna be no torches in there. I'm gonna be using some of those night vision potions to help me out see into that very dark place. But as I can see, there's no roof, and that's what I'm gonna start doing today. Let me just put it on easy mode because I don't want too many monsters to be spawning in and destroying all the wonderful masterpiece I'm building as we speak. So let me just get ourselves all the wonderful blocks. Let's get ourselves quite a few because we're gonna start building the roof, and as the roof is pretty big. We're not only very big, but very wide. And since it's very wide, I'm probably gonna need a lot of blocks. Anyway, so we got ourselves all these wonderful blocks. I guess we could sacrifice some of these wooden blocks to pile up to get ourselves all the way up to the roof. Now, if you're not familiar with this and you haven't watched the last episode, which I recommend doing, this right here is a wonderful pattern which starts with let me go inside just for now. All right. So there's a wonderful pattern that starts with diorite, then granite, then diorite, then granite, then diorite, granite, 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 and then right in the middle is granite. So if you're building this, then you should follow my rules. Now these blocks should go all the way 19, so it should go forward 19. These blocks, the wall should be 19 blocks wide, and then a few blocks over here. If you didn't watch the last episode, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 19 blocks, and do pretty much everything again and again. Now I'm gonna be building the roof, and it's gonna be the opposite of the pattern. So right here it starts with granite, well not granite, diorite, and now it's gonna start with diorite. So yeah, it's pretty much a little backwards from the other pattern, but it doesn't matter. It's good to have a little change once in a while. So let's get ourselves this wonderful diorite. So let's start placing the diorite around, and I guess this is a great time to start with today's story. Now today is not really a story. Today is pretty much me and life. Well, more, and today me and languages is really me and life for today. Now, me and languages. How many languages do I know? Pause the video right now and think how much languages does Ruben know, or how many languages do you people know? Comment down in the video down below if you're want to be a show off and say that you know about 20 languages. But any fantasy languages count too. I will allow it this once. But you don't think I'm gonna be doing this very often. I'm gonna tell you once in a while. That's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. But either way, let's continue. So with the little me and languages, life stuff and blah blah blah. So me and languages. I am a trilingual, which means I know three languages. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm really barely starting to learn French, which is my third language, which I barely know how to say my name in a few basic conversations, and I'm barely getting used to reading it. I've been having 1 year of French already, so I have a decent amount of knowledge with French. I know how to read some stuff. Some stuff might still confuse me because it's brand new to me, and what do you expect? New will always confuse anyone. Anything brand new is gonna make somebody might make them go crazy, might make them disturbed, might make them upset. But either way, I'll make them whatever they react to new stuff. Like usually all the old people complaining about all the new stuff, all the new technology and all the new phones and all the new stuff, people react different to new stuff, don't they? And it's the same thing for me in languages. When I try a new language, it's very difficult. Now, what are my other two languages? Well, the first one is very easy because I'm speaking it as we speak. I speak English. Very simple. Now, there's a few times where some people won't understand what I just said, and that happens in these videos too. Mostly because I don't speak slow, I usually speak fast. It's a normal thing that most people do, and I'm okay with it. I'm trying to learn how to speak a little bit slower because it's kind of annoying to repeat something when you just barely say that. When you barely said it to somebody, like, look, I just said it to you. Why do you want me to repeat it 20 times in a row, huh? Learn how to listen faster, please. You'll help the world. But that's enough for me about complaining about people not listening to what I say fast enough. I mean, I bet half of you barely know what I'm saying right now. But hopefully the microphone quality is better, so eh. But either way, so me languages. What's my second language? Spanish. Do I know it well enough to have a advanced conversation? Yes. Do I know a lot of words in Spanish? Yes. Would I be able to help a stranger if he only knows Spanish? Yes. I really mastered Spanish now. I'm proud. Why do I know so much Spanish? Because my parents are Spanish. Speak Spanish. They're Mexican. And most of the time I have to translate what they want me to tell somebody who only speaks English. I mean, it's wonderful whenever you find a sales clerk that speaks Spanish. I mean, you don't find those. You used to not find those very often, but nowadays you would find those anywhere. It's like pretty much a requirement to speak Spanish now in many stores. Well, not really a requirement, but a very nice party trick. Like if you know Spanish, then they give you more of a reason to hire you. And since I know Spanish and I'm learning a bit of French, well, I'm probably gonna get a very nice job, or able to get a job anywhere, which hopefully is true. I mean, it would be nice to get a job anywhere, any place, because getting a job is a very nice thing, and if you know a lot of languages, then it's easy for you to get a job. What type of jobs? Well, it's gonna be mostly office talk and stuff. I'm not really good at talking to strangers or talking on the phone. I don't understand how some people can talk on the phone for about 20 hours. Well, that's an exaggeration. More like probably 3 hours or 4 hours straight without stopping. I mean, I understand if it's a friend, but it still feels weird talking to a phone. I mean, you hear your friend's voice, but you don't see them anyway. You're just pretty much talking to a phone. I mean, you don't always usually see people talking to the phone unless they lost a level, or they lost a life, or something, or I don't know, Beyonce died or something. I'm just making up stuff, ladies. I don't know what reasons people would talk to their phone. The only reason I would talk to my phone would be, I have no reason. Well, there is one reason. That would be because, I still have no reason. Still have no reason why I just talk to my phone. I mean, I'm crazy, but I have limits, you know. I have a few limits about my craziness. I'm unique. I'm strange. I'm unique and strange and all over, ladies. I'm a super unique kid. I think unique. I'm like that guy from Curious George. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen Curious George before? I'm like that guy that goes like, I like unique. I am unique. He wants everything to be unique, even his socks. And if you're wondering how he makes his socks unique, well, you better go watch the episode. But either way, I'm a very unique person, but I'm not that unique where I'm gonna talk to my phone for no really good reason. Like, the only reason I would talk to my phone would be because I'm calling somebody, but it still feels weird that you're talking to your phone. It's like, it doesn't feel like you're talking to your friend, to tell you the truth, 100% truth. It really feels more like you're talking to your phone. But, that's just me. you can leave down a comment saying, "Oh, that's very weird, Ruben. You should talk to your phone more often. The whole world does it. You should do it. You should do it too. The whole world talks through their phones. Why you left out? Why you the odd man out? No, I don't know. Why am I the odd man out? But either way, back to languages. So since I know Spanish, then that usually means I had to explain or translate for my parents when they're at a store or a restaurant or anywhere, anytime that doesn't speak English, that doesn't speak Spanish. Anywhere that speaks Spanish, hallelujah, ladies. If there's somebody who speaks Spanish, I'm gonna be glorifying the Lord like it was no one's business. That's pretty much a blessing right there. If you find somebody who speaks Spanish at any store, I mean, I'm serious. You might go like, oh, that's funny, but I'm being serious. If I find somebody who speaks Spanish, and my parents have no problem with speaking with them at all, that's pretty much a miracle right there. I pretty much, to me, that's pretty much like finding gold inside a hot sauce ketchup right now. That's how much of a miracle it is. You might go like, where did you get the ketchup hot sauce idea? I'm looking at hot sauce right now. You know, every Mexican has to have hot sauce in their recording room, don't they? Do they not? Either way, so finding somebody who speaks Spanish, miracle. I know there's a lot of Mexicans who agree with me with this, but there's few Mexicans that don't agree with me, mostly because they like talking, or because their parents speak English. Now, how much does my parents know English? Well, my mother knows about a decent amount, like how much she knows English. Well, as much as I know French, so she can speak a basic conversation, but she can't do an advanced conversation. Like if it was very complicated, somebody told her very smart words in English, she wouldn't be able to 100% understand what they meant. Like they could understand a few of the words, like some advanced words, like you know words like ecosystem, nature, natural resource, like stuff like that she would understand, but words that you need to break down the words is not simple for her, mostly because in languages a few words together mean different things. Like non in English means stuff like not this or not that, but in Spanish it might be something different. Is it different? I don't know. You should go search it up. That's something that my parents always say. You want to know something? Search it up. I always tell them, why don't you just tell me? Well, I don't want to ruin the surprise. What surprise? What surprise are you gonna get from learning something that you could easily get from your parents if they already know, or they probably don't even know and they're just making fun of you, or also known as it's just a prank, bro. Anyway, so yeah, it's very Dad knows barely any English, barely. He can say a few words together, a mumbo jumbo, like he would say, "Man, what you doing?" Like words like that. Like if some Chinese guy came over, like Chucky Chan went, like let's say Chucky Chan decided to make an American movie, and it was his first time speaking English, it would be just like that. Probably perfectly like that. That's probably the perfect example of all time. And yeah, they don't really understand English too much. And some people are racist, going like, why don't Mexicans understand Spanish? And that's mostly because, not Spanish, English. And that's mostly because they always complain about American people. Go like, why they don't know speak Spanish? We are very rich, and they don't have the time to learn Spanish. They have all the knowledge, and when we were children, we did not have all the knowledge of learning English. And that's pretty much the only excuse my parents would make about, oh, why don't they know English? Oh, it's because English too hard. That's the only excuses they gave me. They always tell me, Ruben, when you're doing your homework, never make an excuse. Do your homework. Don't give up. Always follow your dreams. But what great examples do I have, So yeah, that's me in languages. Me learning a new language, French. Yeah, that's pretty much it for languages. Okay, another question. Oh, I thought of another question you people might ask. How does it feel when you're translating for your parents? It's hard. I can see why translators get paid a lot of money. Translators have to it's pretty much like this. Let's say you get a few words that you do understand and a few words you don't understand. Like if I told you, let me think of a word. If you know Spanish, then it's gonna be easy for you. And then I'll do a French one. I'll do it the same in French. Like let me think about this. Yo tengo 15 años. If you know Spanish, then I'll tell you something else in French. Let me think. Je amel a foot. And you people go like, what does that mean? Well, in Spanish, the thing I said in Spanish meant I'm 15 years old. And you might be able to figure it out going like yo, which means me or I, tango, which means have, 15 años. Años, you might go, if you're smart enough, might go like years. And 15. It might take you a while to know what 15 means. You probably might never figure it out. But that's how a translator is. Well, a basic translator like me. It's not. I can't translate every single word. I'm not that smart. I can't like hear somebody say something super fast. Like whenever my parents say something in Spanish, they do it super fast, expecting me to understand every single word they just said. I mean, I ask them to slow down at times, but you know, you can't always satisfy somebody. It's not easy, you know. And yeah. And sometimes it's not always my parents who speak super fast. Sometimes it's the employee themselves going like blah 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 blah. It's pretty much like that. They speak super fast. They don't slow down for no one. They don't care. They don't go like, oh, I understand. I see what you're going through. Because most of the time they never had to translate for their parents. I tell some kids in my school, oh, I translate for my parents. Like, dude, how's that like? I mean, I never even ordered a burger from Burger King. My parents really do that for me. How does it feel, man? And I just say, it's life. But yeah, that's mostly the end for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed my basic conversation with me and language. But that's mostly the end of the video. I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.